Hello everybody, welcome to Mark's Home Hobbies in Grand Canyon. Here we have a semi-finished micro RC crawler course. What do you think? Leave a comment down there if you think it's okay. Let me point out some of the details here. I've changed a few things since the last video, so I'll just point out a few of the details that we got going. Some stuff is the same. This over here is the rock garden. And there's only really one way for the little truck to get in there, and that's right in here. And I guess you would take that course if you were chicken to go across that, or the soon-to-be erected log bridge right here. So you have your choice. You can either go that way and go this way, or you can go through the rock garden. And you can see that you're not going to come up out of the rock garden here. There's a pretty stiff cliff right there. So I think the only real way to get out of the rock garden is going to be back over here. And it's going to be still a pretty tough climb to get out, but I don't think you're going to get over here. You could probably get out the back there, but that's not the way to go. So yeah, I think over here is going to be the way to go, and then you're going to have your second set of difficulties to face. You're either going to want to try to traverse this side of this hill right here, which is probably going to be known as the Widowmaker. Or you could try this side over here, which I don't think you're going to make it because it's got a little indentation there. We may fix that. Pardon me, this thing is still kind of wet here. I keep forgetting in places, yeah. And anyways, once you successfully navigate your way up to the top of the Widowmaker, there's also going to be a drawbridge right here, a rope bridge. So you can make it up there that way too. Of course, if you fall off, you'll be back there. Not fun. So anyways, your goal is to make it up to the top here, but that's not where your troubles end. Then you got to successfully come down here and perform a U-turn somehow and pick a corresponding destination back down the hill. And all this has to be accomplished without flipping over. Yeah, and if you reverse, it's -1 point, according to the big guys anyway. But should you happen to want to investigate other avenues of travel across the mountain, you can come up this little bridge right here, and you can take the path of destruction here. And you can see by the way the car's sitting on there that there's not a lot of room for error. It's pretty tight. So those with metallic cojones will attempt that. And then once you get to the end, then you have to try to navigate your way up. It's a little ingress right there. Kind of goes up like that, like a little stairway, and you kind of end up over here somewhere. And this also ends up in that same spot where you could come down here from the bottom, and then you can try to tackle it from over here, or you can try to tackle it from right here. I don't think you're going to be able to tackle it from this side, not without a winch. And yeah, there's just some little divots, and then this right over here, this is what I plan on making the backflip championship. Okay, so when you drive in there, and if you get the right attitude, you should be able to flip your car right over 360. Yeah, I've seen it done. So I don't know if these little cars will do that, and if I have the setup just right, I can always change it a little bit. And like I said, I still have a little bit more work I have to do over here, but a few more rocks up on top and some stuff like that, and then a little bit of build up. But that's a pretty precarious edge right there. Yeah, there's no safety there at all. So if you go a little bit too far over to the edge, you're going down the chute. So I guess the chute still is there in a way. It's just been reformed. It's a rock ledge outcropping now. Likewise, you wouldn't want to go off this edge either, but there'll be the rope bridge will be there. So I'm going to take this car off of here. I think that little section was dry right there is why I used it. Still very impressed with this little car. once I get the log bridge done, I'll fully describe that for you too. Of course, there's the entrance gate right here. And yeah, so just a little crawling obstacle section here. The whole thing is very light. Let me put my car down here, place where I'm not working. The whole thing is pretty light. I can, if I was to put my hand underneath it, I could pick it up with one hand. That's as just cardboard boxes and styrofoam and a little bit of paint, a little bit of glue, a little bit of great stuff. I only ended up using 1 can of the foam, and I didn't even use the plaster cloth at all. I used a little bit of the plaster of Paris just to, put down in the bottom just to hold the rocks in place. And then I sprayed that foam on top, and I got it to where I wanted it. And then once it was starting to tack up and remain firm, I took a piece of cardboard and my finger, whatever else, and I packed it down and tamped it here and there, molded it around, shaped it a little bit. And I took those rocks and I put them down in there and I mixed it all up with the foam. So everything is nice and hard. Even though it's rocks, it's, I keep forgetting that it's still wet in spots. Don't do that. You have to go and get all the paint off me. I'm having a good time. Thanks a lot for the Kentucky RC Addict guy. Yeah. Always nice to appreciate people that have the same interests as you. It's why we do this. So, like, the same offer applies to your channel. If you're watching this, I'll subscribe to you, no problem. You subscribe to me, I'll return the favor. We'll both grow together. Anyways, I think that's going to be about it for this video for tonight. I'm going to call it a night, and I got about maybe 5-6 hours worth of work into this thing so far, and I think it looks pretty doggone good. It's got the protective background there, so nobody can flip off the edge. Even if you take a dive, you're not going all the way to the floor, so that's a good thing. It can handle a few bumps, but just not down to the floor. So anyways, yeah, if you made it this far, thanks a lot. If you're a new subscriber, thanks even more. Tell a friend, tell an enemy. Let's do this. Let's roll. Come on. The next one you see, we'll be climbing. This is Mark with Mark's Home Hobbies. Have a great day, a great night, and a better tomorrow.